Hi everybody, I am here for um, to read you a vlog, read you an excerpt, I don't know what the heck I'm saying, to read you an excerpt from the very big book Nevermore by Kelly Creagh, or Creagh, I don't know how to pronounce her last name. And yeah, it is a really thick book, 543 pages. So, I'm just going to go ahead and just read the prologue, just right at the beginning. So, hope you guys enjoy. Prologue, October 1849. Edgar opened one eye to a slit. The passenger car jostled, and there arose from beneath one long metal-on-metal cry. The sound squealed above the clatter of tracks, then faded with the hot, sooty belch of smokestack steam. It merged at last with staticky whispers that had awoken him. Does he sleep? Edgar felt his muscles clench. He took pains to stay calm, to not move, to keep his breathing steady, measured. It had been during the passage through the last tunnel, when the world had once again gone black, that he had first become aware of their renewed presence. The demons. They had returned. Always they returned, to drag him from this world into the other. A shudder ran through him. He let his eyes slip shut. Watch him, rasped another voice. He will take the next train. Edgar's hand on the armrest twitched. The sweat of his fever now became the cold sweat of fear, and it beaded on his broad brow until he felt a trickle slide down his temple. He could not go back with them, not when he had come so close to severing his link with their world, her world, forever. He heard the sharp slide of the compartment door and stealthily hazarded to raise his eyelid once more. A stout man in a snug uniform pushed into the compartment. Arriving in Baltimore, he announced, his voice a mellow drone. Edgar knew the man would not, could not perceive his pursuers, their grotesque grins, their fiendish claws. The man brushed past. Edgar seized his chance. He stooped low, making use of the conductor's wide frame to shield his movement as he slid from the seat. Instinctively his grip tightened on Dr. Cotter's Malacca cane, the one he had taken such care to switch out for his own, the one within which slumbered a sleek silver blade. The wheels squealed again. Without warning, the train lurched to a halt. Edgar faltered, crying out. He caught himself, gripping the sides of the door frame, and turned in time to see the hollow black gazes of his pursuers lift and capture his. He broke into a run. They slunk after him, their furious whispers now like a torrent of rushing leaves. Edgar dashed through the next compartment and the next. His pathway ahead narrowed with travelers gathering their belongings, blind to the monsters that followed in his wake. Someone shouted as he shoved through, nearly toppling another man to the floor. He closed in upon the nearest exit and stumbled out, almost losing his hold on the doctor's cane as he staggered onto the platform. He grasped the silver handle, itching to draw forth the sword concealed within, even in the midst of such a dense crowd. With a piercing hiss, the train released a clouded burst of steam. Edgar slipped into its enveloping cover and raised the hood of his cloak. He watched the creatures emerge from the train, their forms loosening in some miasmic coils of black. They spilled forth from the doorway, curling with steam, before reforming once more into wholeness. Tall, gaunt, and rakish, the demons convened for only a moment, then dispersed in search. Edgar merged with the assembly of fellow travelers. He made his way through the sea of the oblivious, his sights narrowed on the train that could return him to Richmond, to the singular hope that waited for him there. Reaching the second platform, he lingered, hesitated, his back turned toward the crowd. Then, with the conductor's cry of, "All aboard!" Edgar grabbed the railing and hoisted himself up. "There!" he heard one of them growl. He hurried into the compartment, glancing behind him once only, peering through the darkened windows. Yes, they followed, dogged him like hellhounds. Not until the first chug of the steam engine fell upon his ears did he fling open the closest door and leap from the moving train back onto the platform. Staggering to his feet, he rushed headlong into the crowd, while behind him the train, puffing hard, picked up speed, his pursuers still aboard. He knew that they would not be fooled for long. No matter, there were other means of reaching Richmond. Edgar pushed through the throng and found his way to the busy street. where he hailed a carriage. "To the harbor," he called, and rapped the cane upon the rear wall as he shut the door behind him. The carriage jerked, tottered, then rolled into action. Edgar fell back within the coach, allowing himself a deep breath. He braced the quavering hand at his heated brow, where, behind his right eye, a dull ache began to throb. The carriage swayed as it ambled through the narrow streets, and soon the pain in his head was replaced by a queer, yet familiar tingling. It crept upon him, pervading his senses like the dull, faint prickle of a limb gone numb. Slowly Edgar lowered his hand. He turned his gaze to the shifting shadows at his right. She sat beside him, her slight form draped in luminous white gossamer. "No," he murmured, but the enveloping blackness had already begun to take its hold. It wrapped him like a sheet, and as her hand, cold as marble, grasped his, he felt the pitch overtake him as it never had before. In an instant the blackness devoured him, leaving the coach vacant. Very haunting. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. And, yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. And please go ahead and pick up a copy of Nevermore. It is coming out August 31st. So definitely go pick it up. Alrighty. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys later. Bye.